All right. Hi, Nara. Good morning. Hey, April. Hey, Carla. Running on a little 2-hour delay this morning, just like the kids. How's everybody doing? Hey, Freddie. Hi, Ricky. Hi, Victoria. Oh, hey, Janelle. I just saw your feelings update. How are you doing? Good evening, Sarah. See if I can see through these glasses. My goodness. Whew. Oh, and here's Kitty again. I don't know what his deal is anymore. He never usually comes to Coffee and Magic, but do you think I need your assistance? Hi, Cindy. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Allie. Hey, Arlene. Oh, do you love it when I'm late? Okay, that makes me feel better because I feel so bad when when I do run late because I don't know, I'm just one of those people. Uh-oh. That's like the worst feeling ever. Uh, that's how I was feeling all day yesterday. That feeling, oh, we need to talk. Ah, hi, Jacinda. Hi, Kate. Hi, April. Quite honestly, just based on what I'm up to in life, it doesn't not make sense for me to push Coffee and Magic on Fridays a little bit later. Makes it easier for me. So that could be a thing. Yeah, that could be a thing. So it would make things easier for me. So maybe he'll make it an official thing and make it easier for all of us on Fridays. Hey, Crystal. Hi, Janine. Hey, Carrie. Good morning. All right. Well, hey, Kitty. I am exhausted and it sounds like I have a cold. It feels like I have a cold, but I don't know. This feels very energy to me and it feels like well, it came on like just like hit me in the face. Um hit me in the face like around 4:35 p.m. yesterday and I've just been all last night just like energy streaming in through my head. And so I'm definitely not operating at 100% this morning, but I think that that makes sense for the way that the energy is right now. It's the collective energy is really intense, obviously, because life is being intense right now in the collective. So it makes total sense that we're feeling that. How have you been? How are you guys doing? Are you having body issues? Are you feeling like you have a cold? Um, dreams? Like what's going on? As my cat drools on me. And we will get into sensory card pulls rather fast today because that felt like a thing we really needed to do today is get into the cards. So I'm gonna think of what our sensories are gonna be. But tell me how you're feeling. It's no coffee for me this morning. I mean, I had coffee already, but this is my emergency. That's good. I'm glad you felt great. Oof. Seeing lots of drained, annoyed and edgy. And she's getting puppy love. Oh my god. I'm so jealous. Hi, Jen and Rose, watching from the big TV. Yeah, I bet you guys are so nice and snuggly. I'm jealous. Oof. Check out my cat. When do you ever see my cat? Isn't this weird? He's usually here during Coffee and Magic, but he's always on the couch. So this is just wild. So wild. You're being so wild, geeks. Good. I'm glad you guys are better. Moving through emotions easily, considering how intense they are and the constructs they come up in. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, animals are definitely helping us after channeling on Tuesday, which quite honestly makes sense that I'm drained. I haven't done channeling like that in a long time. And after that, he's been like all over my head and doing the thing. So I know you're being a helpful, Keeks, and I appreciate it. He's a big drooler though. All right. Arlene says yesterday she was a pissy missy with salt and tears mixed in, then shifted my frequency and it was better. Oof. Yeah, you just stay there. All right. Well, well, my friends. Good morning, Lauren. Well, if you're new here, I know that it's a little bit of a different time, so I'm seeing a few different handles. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to Coffee Magic. I'm here every Monday and Friday, and it sounds like Friday I'm going to be shifting to like a 10 o'clock hour, so that makes it easier for me, and apparently for some of you guys on the West Coast as well. So we'll see about that. But I'm going to do some sensory card pulls, and they're lots of fun, really easy. Just get a little bit of validation or affirmation for something or a message for your weekend. Yes, it did. That tailing took me out. Um, so what I do is I give you three different things. They're some sensory things. You pick which one resonates most with you for today, and then I'm pulling cards from my Wisdom of Avalon deck. And I apologize, just that my energy's not super perky this morning because I'm not feeling great, but not feeling bad enough not to be here. Hey, Megan. I just saw you there. Valerie said she's enjoying the plant meditations. Oh, I'm so glad. This is a great day to jump into the rewiring library. And I actually wanted to tell you guys about that. If you are a BFF OG member, you have access to about half of the meditations on there. You need to upgrade to the Rewire membership to get access to the full library. But I think that, Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, there's like 8 or 9 on there now, right? Of the plant meditations. And I've been putting like little stories in my Instagram showing you how I make them. Ow! Showing you how I make them. But these meditations are made with music that is created through plant frequency. And they're so relaxing and so delicious and delightful. So today was actually be a great day to jump into the Rewire library in the Inner Sanctum app. So if you don't have that, go to innersanctum.me or sarahamala.com and you can learn all about it. All right, let's get to these cards. Actually, hold on just 1 second. I'm gonna let the cat out now. Be right back. You are really a piece of work, you know that? Have a good day, boys. All right, I'm back. Oh my God. If you're having a hard time getting into the app, maybe just pull it off your phone and reinstall it. That's what I always do. Okay. And yes, definitely use headphones. All right, so sensory card pulls today. Let's get into it. I think types of cats does make sense actually. So we're gonna do different types of cats this morning. Okay, are you ready? So our first cat is just a domestic short-haired black cat. Straight up black cat. Um, the second cat is a Siamese cat, and the third is a Maine Coon. Black cat, Siamese, Maine Coon. Okay, those are the three. And yes, I'm happy. I'm happy to light this up for you. Black cat, Siamese cat, Maine Coon. What are you feeling? Here's some for you over there, and for you here, and for you here. Rick's taking all the cats. All right, got it. Black cat, Siamese, Maine Coon. Let's clear this deck too. Siamese with a touch of black cat. Also, FYI, for those of you who are here in the central Pennsylvania area, I do not teach yoga anymore, but I'm randomly teaching goat yoga in April here in Mechanicsburg. There is a lovely farm right down the street from me called Rusted Gates Farm, and Connie, who owns it, has the freaking cutest goats. They're like little mini goats with long hair, and I think some of them are faint goats. I didn't make them faint because I wouldn't do that on purpose, but she always has little babies, and it's so adorable. And the last time I've only done it once there, but it was actually like we actually did do some yoga, which was surprising to me because I thought like, how much yoga gets done? But she said that there are going to be at least 10 to 15 baby goats to play with. Okay. And you'll get to meet some members of Inner Sanctum because I feel like so far a few of you have signed up and you're all Inner Sanctum members. So that would be fun. We'll hang out and play with some goats and do a little stretching, right? Nothing too crazy, but yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. So that's happening on the 24th. I think I had it in my stories for the link. It's also on my Facebook page just because I had to make one for her, make an event on there for her. So the event's on my Facebook. I think kids can definitely come. Of course, yeah. Connie's Farm is very kid friendly. And like I said, the yoga is going to be it's going to be very fun, not too serious. It's the 24th of April, so 4/24. I'll post another link in my stories on Instagram for the tickets. But yeah, it's a good time. She has other animals there too. Like she always has like really fat bunnies that you can play with, and it's just nice. It's a nice time. I had just got it in my head the other day that like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I want to teach goat yoga again. And wouldn't you know, I haven't spoken to Connie in like a year and a half, and she messaged me out of nowhere and she's like, "Do you want to teach goat yoga this spring?" And I was like, "Why, yes. In fact, I do." So I'm coming out of yoga retirement for the goats. All right. Don't worry, I remember what I'm doing. I was infusing this with the joy of goat yoga. All right, so if you're just joining us, we're about to start sensory card pulls, and your choices are 3 different types of cats, like pet cats. You've got a regular black cat. I shouldn't say regular. You have a magical black cat. You have a Siamese cat, and you have a Maine Coon. Maine Coon. So black cat, Siamese, Maine Coon. Janelle's asking what got you into yoga. Well, I got into yoga a few years back when I was kind of in the beginning of my spiritual awakening. And yoga was one of those things that I felt like I never could do because I didn't have a yoga body. And so being a yoga instructor was even more like, no way, you could never do that. And I was kind of in that mood at that time of my life. It was like anything that I feel like I can't do, I'm going to say yes to. So I signed up for yoga teacher training, and that was that. So I taught yoga for a while, created my own movement method called a mala method, which was kind of energy work with slow flow yoga mixed in. And I taught that for a while when we had the wellness center in Camp Hill. But I don't teach it anymore. But you never know. Now that I've said that, I've I've made it a thing I'm going to do apparently. Because anytime I say I don't do anything, I end up making it what my life is about. So great, good job. Do you hear that, Jen? What the hell? All right, let me start pulling these cards before I cast any more spells this morning. All right, first up is Black Cat. Did everybody choose? Everybody chose their things: Black Cat, Siamese, or Maine Coon. Black Cat, Siamese Cat, Maine Coon. Who are you feeling? Pop your selection in the comments. And I'm about to do this. Okay. All right, Black Cat coming up. You're right on time, babe. We're just starting. Oh, you're kidding me. All right. All right, Black Cat people. Are you ready? All right. You're going to laugh a little bit. Also, Jen and Rose, I didn't see what you chose, but I want you to make sure that you do because this will be funny. I was going to tell you that you may have seen these cards before. Oh, look, it's the spider. Talk about repeating messages. And it's the raven. Oh, and it's the grail knight. So there's that. Let me blow my nose for a second. Getting real comfortable with each other over here on Coffee and Magic, but that's okay. All right, so the story is the same story as the same time as last time. We've been getting the spider energy a lot, and this is all about building your web. All right, building your web and not being too frustrated by your setbacks, right? Because this is what you do. This is your natural function in life, is to build your webs and to catch what comes into your webs. And so who cares if some dumb human walks through your web and messes it up? You just make another one, okay? Every web you make is going to be unique and perfect and beautiful, and it will catch things, and things you're going to love and some of them you won't. So you decide what you want and what you don't, but you keep building your web, weaving your web. So this is a reminder again. I'm pretty sure you've already had this message a few times if you've been here on Coffee and Magic. Web, web, web. Now, these two have also been coming up a lot, the Grail Knight and the Raven. The Raven is all about magic and synchronicities, and just reminding you that, like, you know how I'm all about normalizing magic? You need to be all about normalizing magic too. Everything you do is magic, right? That's what Sting says. But seriously, infuse your everyday with your magic, because if you're not being conscious about that, if you're not being conscious about the fact that everything you do is magic, then you're being unconscious about it because you're using it anyway. You can't not be magic. That's what you're made out of. You are magical. But if you don't feel into that space for yourself and have intention in what you are doing, then you are having unconscious magic. And anyone can kind of hijack that energy, quite honestly. So you want to keep your energy right where you are and use your energy. This is Black Cat. So it's Black Cat, Siamese Cat, and Maine Coon. So remember your magic. And then you have the Grail Night. And the Grail Night we've been getting again a lot. So apparently these messages are really want to be heard. The Grail Night is all about remembering that it's not it's not the end that we're focused on because you live in the present moment. So if you are withholding joy, pleasure, or anything, what are you withholding from yourself saying that you have to reach a certain point in order to deserve it or in order to earn it or in order to enjoy it? That is old programming. Enjoy yourself in the present moment. Treat yourself kindly in the present moment. You are not going to spoil yourself. When you do that, when you allow yourself to enjoy the present moment, you open up timelines that feel enjoyable as well, instead of withholding joy and pleasure for some end of the line situation. So just remember that you live here in the present moment. This is the only place you can enjoy things. So make sure you're doing that. So that's your black cat message. The next one is Siamese. Okay, the next one is Siamese then. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad the web message is helpful. All right, here we go. All right, Siamese people, you ready for this one? Perception, focus, death. Cool. This looks like quite the story, huh? Okay, so let's talk about these two first, and then we'll talk about the death card. It's everybody's favorite. Focus and perception. Focus and perception. Focus and perception are excellent cards to come together. Quite honestly, they really do pair well, and here's why. You're being asked right now, just like the black cat, people were being asked to believe in their magic. You are also being asked to believe in your magic just a little more than you have been. You already do, but it's like it's time to take that to a more advanced level. And that means understanding almost like the science of what perception really is. Like, what does it mean to perceive something? And when you perceive something, why does that make it a truth for you? And can your perception be a truth for you without being a truth for anyone else? Oh, that breaks my brain a little bit, but that's what's coming through. So, can your perception be a truth for you without being a truth for anyone else? And the reason we're asking that as a question is because typically what we need to do is when we have a perception of something, of how something is going to be or is or whatever, we look for affirmation and validation of our perception from other people and even from the collective. Like, is this true? Does everyone agree that this is true? And then everyone weighs in and is like, yes or no. And then you make a decision for yourself whether you believe it or not. At this point in time, the collective perception is so fucked up that it's no longer of interest to you for the most part to agree with what the collective perception is. The issue is collective perception is still making up a greater percentage of truth perception, and your perception, which is going to be your truth, may not be shared by that many at this time. So what do? Either you bounce back into collective perception, or you say, my perception is enough for this to be true for me, and you move forward with that energy and with that intent. Now, what's going to happen is you are going to attract to you two energies when you start on that path. One energy is going to be attacking you for your wrong perceptions, and the other energy is going to be attracted to you because your perceptions are aligned with their perceptions. So it's just a numbers game with that. And you have to kind of understand that the haters are actually validating the fact that you've made it into this space of creating your own perception and reality. It's very threatening for people when you begin to live in your own reality, because that's not where they live. So take that for what it is. I hope it made sense. Then you have the focus card. And this goes with the perception card because once you've decided, okay, I'm going to trust my perception, you've got to concentrate on that. You really have to focus. And what does focus mean? Focus means making everything around you quiet so you can hear yourself. So you're the loudest voice in your head, right? Everyone around you is like, oh, I have something to say about that. I've got opinions, rah, rah, rah. And you need to be able to say, whoosh, no, I'm focused. Now, Siamese has got stuff to say. This is the death card. In this deck, there's a death card, and then there's a birth and rebirth card. And this is the difference between death card and death and rebirth. And I think it's really important to kind of explain it, so I do this every time. But when you have birth and rebirth energy, that is taking the same energy and it kind of shifts to a new level and becomes the next iteration of itself. Okay. So we as people are always rebirthing ourselves because we in the same life, right? So we don't die necessarily, though it often feels like it, but in our own lifetime we birth and rebirth many times into different iterations of ourself, all the same material, all the same energy, in a new iteration. That's the birth and rebirth energy. The death card, however, is the end of that energy cycle. That means whatever this energy is no longer viable for turning into another iteration. It is done for you. Okay? That doesn't mean the energy's dead, because energy doesn't die, it just like moves on, but it's dead for you. So for all intents and purposes, it's dead, because that's your perception. So, Siamese friends, whatever this is aligning to in your life, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a program, it could be a way of thinking. Okay, it could be any of that. But it's done. It's not like, oh, let's go ahead and turn this into something else. No, it's like full stop, totally done. Move aside and let this completely go, because death energy is right before brand new birth energy comes in. Not birth and rebirth, but just birth energy. Okay, so if you don't let go of this, the other energy can't come in. So that's your Siamese card. All right, last one is Maine Coon. And if you missed it, you can watch the replay. Goodness, you can watch the replay on my YouTube and my IGTV. I have all of the Coffee and Magics there. All right. So I don't do readings right now, April. The best way to work more intimately is I think you're already in Inner Sanctum, but to join an intensive program. And my current intensive program is ending next Tuesday, and we haven't opened for enrollment yet for April, but we will soon. So keep an eye on that. Sometimes I do readings though. Like sometimes I will do private sessions, but it's very few and far between these days. All right. Whoop. All right, Maine Coon, you ready for this? Butterfly, risk, and the novice. Okay, so here's your story on this one. The novice energy is very similar to the fool energy. If you're familiar with tarot, it's like starting out on a brand new venture. Not just a brand new venture. It's like you're starting out on something that you've never done before. So chances are you're just not very good at it. You know, you've got unsteady legs, let's say. It's a new skill and it's exciting, but it's also a little exhausting because you're used to you're used to you're used to things coming to you really easy. And so sometimes when they don't and you have to actually like practice, you're like, fuck this. Like I don't want it. And that's just a reminder. This is a reminder, like, don't do that. This is new stuff for you for a reason, because you want new energy in your life. So you've begun a brand new adventure, and the skills that you need for this adventure are new to you. So sometimes they don't feel natural and easy, and that is okay. You are going to have moments of brilliance and clarity and moments of like mucking around in the dirt and just feeling like nothing's working. Both things are important and part of the process. You also have the risk card because, hey, starting a new thing the way that you're starting it is risky. And kind of the energy, not kind of, the energy right now is asking you to jump. It's asking you to dance with the risk and to trust the risk. Because if not, you are going to stay in the same old energy you've been in that's been kind of killing you. And you don't want that anymore. But in order to truly get out of it, you don't get to get out of it with like crutches on, right? Or like safety nets. Like that's not a thing. You have to believe and you have to go. And 10 times out of 10 times, you are going to be fine. So just know that. This isn't going to be something that just kills you. That's not a thing. Your fear is very paralyzing and very terrifying, but the reality is something you don't know yet. So there's no good way for you to know what's going to happen because you're not in the future. All you know is that you need to do something, right? You need to do something. And you've known it for like a real long time, like a long time. And you've especially known it recently. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, let me do every other thing except the one thing that I actually need to do. And listen, I'm right there with you. I also did that. So it's cool. But I did my thing. I jumped off my cliff. I did my big thing. And look, not dead. I may have a cold, but it wasn't because of that, right? So like I'm fine. In fact, the second that I let go of the big thing that I'm like, I don't need to let go. As soon as I did that, everything got better and is starting to align in a way that is making sense. So just do it already, right? Just do it. And then you have the butterfly. Let's not forget that. The butterfly, I am sick to death of metamorphosis stuff and transformation stuff, like sick to death of it. Sorry if you love it, but I just don't love it. I I'm over all of those metaphors. Here's what I like. I like you being yourself. That's what I like. You don't need to turn into anything else. You don't need to become a beautiful butterfly, swimming out of the muck of deconstruction. You don't need that. You just need to be you. The you were before everyone else told you who you need to be. That's the you that you just need to be. And that means revealing, not turning into something else because the you is there. You've never lost it. You can't. It's you. It's just all the other stuff is on top. It's making it hard to see. So as you pull those layers off, you reveal you. And guess what you are? You are beautiful. And you are perfect exactly as you are. You're supposed to be different from every other person. That's the whole point. No one is supposed to be the same. So you are beautiful in your own unique way and perfect in your own unique way. The only time you feel like, what is happening? What's going on here is when you've really leaned into a version of yourself that has been dictated by outside sources, by your family, by society, by whatever. Anytime you are living a life that is not authentic to the real you, it doesn't feel good, especially now, right? Doesn't inauthenticity stink right now? Doesn't dissonant energy drive you crazy right now? That's because you've removed so many layers of BS and programming from yourself at this point that you just want to keep going and feel that fresh energy. Okay. So that's your butterfly message for today. And that is your sensory card pulls for this weekend. I'm sending you lots of love. I'm asking you not to, well, here's what I'm asking you. Here's your homework for the weekend. Be very, very discriminating about the energy you consume. The news, people around you, all of that. Be really discriminating, okay? I'm not saying don't know what's going on. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is don't jump into a pit and wallow in the mud because that's not going to help anybody. And that is not what we came here to do. We're here to lift the vibration. This shitstorm that's currently happening is what we knew was about to happen. We've been talking about it for years. So let's not pretend that we thought the end of all of this insane structures and system, let's not pretend that we thought that this was going to be pretty and soft and peaceful. We knew it was not. So here you are standing in your sovereignty, keeping your energy nice and clear. You are holding that strong vibration and we are moving forward because we're building a world that we want to live in right now. We're not waiting. So just remember that. Stay in your heart center, drink your water, be good to yourself, take rest when you can. I love you. I'll see you back here Monday. 8:30 is working for me for Monday. So I'll see you on Monday. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to share, tell your friends, and go to innersanctum.me to check out the new website and also the app. All right. I love you guys. Mwah. Have a good one.